once in 11 years. And so, it's just kids being kids in my point of view. They're not doing anything to show us up intentionally. And we're going to use our last timeout, and we're going to take a timeout with Loganville. Again, we'll be right back here on the Red Devil Radio Network.
It's the Bronx in the blood, it's the steers in the mud, and they call the thing rodeo. Wow, wow.
Hey, it's the voice of the Devils, Josh Truby, and come hang out with me live at the 3rd Annual Corn Dogs Rodeo, September 19th and 20th. Doors open at 6, and the chutes open at 8.
Got a split finger wrap and his rope pulled way too tight.
Come see some of the best bull riders and barrel racers in town. The 3rd Annual Corn Dogs Rodeo.
Good ride, cowboy, good ride.
Get lost.
Going down till the sun comes up.
All right, guys.
We are back here in Winder, GA. Looks like we're going to try and go for this. 4th and 12 from the 39. We come out with 4 receivers. Shotgun. Here is the snap. And McClendon's going to look and look and look and finally roll out. He's going to throw. And no, he's going to be wrapped up and sacked at about the 47. Number 4, John Pritchett with the sack as Jaden never got rid of the ball. Looked like there was nobody down the field to throw the ball to. Winder Barrow will take over with 1:04 left in the half. Expect them to try to add to this lead that they have built, this 25-7 lead, as Winder Barrow will take over at the 45.5. The Devils will try to make a defensive stand and come out with the ball in the second half. Chapman will be your quarterback. 4 receivers, 3 to the far side, 1 split to the near side for Winder. Chapman will look. Chapman will throw a long bomb down the middle, and it is incomplete, overthrown. Number 12, Cole Horn was the intended receiver. Cale Horn was the intended receiver.
Looked like Cole to me.
Yeah, it's Cale.
Okay.
A little bit of a dimly lit room we're in. Up here in the press box for the visitors radio. there is a flag now, and it looks like Winder Barrow is going to be backed up even further. And you might see them with 58 seconds left just run the clock out here. Or you might see them take a few more shots as they've been able to convert on some of those tonight.
And God said, let there be light, and he told me to find the light switch.
Josh flipped the light switch, so we are good now. We can more clearly see the rosters we've been given.
Absolutely.
It'll be 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty from about the 34.5. And C.C. Green will be the ball carrier. He is wrapped up by a host of Red Devils, and they will burn their first timeout of the half with 53 seconds left.
We'll keep it right here on the Red Devil Radio Network. Coming up at halftime, though, got scores from around the region with our good buddy Brett Fowler. He will be giving you some of the updates on the scores around the region. Him and Tyler are talking it out for a little bit as I try to collect my thoughts because I'm that guy at this point.
Well, it's a key rivalry for Josh, ladies and gentlemen, and he's a little bit befuddled at the events that have taken place. So Brett and I will take over for your halftime show. Stick around for that, and hopefully a much better, more eventful second half in favor of the Red Devils that we'll be able to bring to you right here on the Red Devil Radio Network.
And we make it sound like they're down 100-4. No, they're only down by 3 scores. You know, you're only down by 3 scores. You make a stand right here, come back after halftime, get some good drives going, get you 3 scores, stop them, go home.
Well, if only it was that easy. It sounds easy.
It on paper it sounds easy.
Winder Barrow comes out of the timeout, 4 wide receivers in a shotgun. They've ridden that all night. Chapman is going to roll to the far side on the run looking. Going to throw a long bomb on the run. Overthrew him over there on the sideline.
Ryan Evans, the intended target on that.
Looked like he was going for Ryan Evans. We had Josh Owen on the coverage. We had, I believe it was maybe Cameron Tawby over there on that side. Rhett Mixon may have been the man in coverage. Nevertheless, it'll be about a 3rd and 17 from the Winder Barrow 38 with 46 seconds remaining in the half. 3 receivers split to the far side, 1 to the near side. And Chapman will take a low snap. He is going to look. We got a man coming on him. He throws a little tunnel screen.
Wow.
And what a nice move. He went backwards, but he made a nice move and juked out a couple of men. Ryan Evans on the catch on the little tunnel screen. Jesse Martinez wrapped him up for the Devils at about the 44-yard line. And that will be maybe the last play of the half, as Winder Barrow maybe will look just to run the rest of the clock out. And they will. They'll huddle it up and take it into the locker room, up 25-7 as the last 5 seconds run out of the clock here on the first half. And the Devils will head into the locker room looking to make some adjustments in the second half. We'll be right back with your halftime show and your second half here on the Loganville Red Devil Radio Network.
It's broncs in the blood, it's steers in the mud, and they call the thing rodeo. Wow, wow.
Hey, it's the voice of the Devils, Josh Truby, and come hang out with me live at the 3rd Annual Corn Dogs Rodeo, September 19th and 20th. Doors open at 6, and the chutes open at 8.
Got a split finger wrap and his rope pulled way too tight.
Come see some of the best bull riders and barrel racers in town. The 3rd Annual Corn Dogs Rodeo.
Good ride, cowboy, good ride.
To find out more, go to corndogs.com. Corn Dogs Corn Maze. Come and get lost.
Going down till the sun comes up.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Red Devil Radio Network. This is your halftime report, and ain't much to report.
Well, not in the way of positive news, at least. Very, very solid half for the Double G Dogs. They were able to complete some long balls down the field. CC Green had a few nice runs to the perimeter. Our defense has got to do a better job of tackling in space. Our offense has got to do a better job of moving the ball as a whole. Daryl Giles did have some nice carries. I think we got to try to get back to that in the second half. Get back to your bread and butter. Get back to your best player. See if Daryl can make you some plays and throw the ball when it is necessary, when the box is stacked. Devils, a lot of time left in this ball game. If we can take control of the second half the way they did the first half, we might be able to sneak out of here with a win, but it's going to take some doing.
Absolutely. And with that, we're going to turn it over to Brett Fowler, our halftime extraordinaire, giving us scores updates from around the region. I'm going to get out of here, try to talk to some of my friends here that's for Winder, and try to smooth this whole thing over. Don't forget, join us on Facebook at Red Devil Radio Network and on Twitter at Red Devil Radio 1. Once again, a reminder of our new partnership with All Wrestle Talk, AWTCD2. You can find him on Twitter at AWTCD2. We're in partnership with him where we can talk professional wrestling. But go to our Facebook page, go to our Twitter page. We're about to update the halftime score right now. Right now, Brett Fowler for the halftime show here on the Red Devil Radio Network.
All right, Brett, how you doing, brother?
I'm good, brother. How about you?
Well, I'd be doing a little bit better with a better scoreboard, but
You and me both. You and me both.
that's hopefully going to change in the second half. But what do you got for us as far as scores?
All righty. Looking through Twitter here real quick. I've got Lanier 7 and Cedar Shoals 7 at the half. Heritage is beating Flowery Branch 28-10 at the half.
Wow.
Yeah. Flowery Branch got a little safety right before the half to cut the lead from 28 to 8, and so. But that one's kind of surprising to me.
Yeah, it is. That's one that makes you look and say, "Wow, I had to do a double take almost."
Yeah, definitely. Got Brookwood 21, Barkmar nothing at the half.
That's not a shocker there.
No, not really. Oconee County is beating Greene County 14-7 at the half.
Okay.
Hart County putting a hammer in on Hart County right now, or Oglethorpe County 55-0.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that is hammering.
Yeah. Another surprising score. Collins Hill is up 21-0 over North Gwinnett in the second quarter.
Wow.
Yeah. Then some other scores around the region. Decula 13, South Gwinnett 6.
Okay.
Buford 28, White County 3.
Oh wow. Yep. Poor Warriors.
Yeah. Salem 10, Clark Central 7.
That's a little bit of a surprise for me.
A little bit. I figured Clark Central would be ahead in that game
I thought it'd be close. I didn't think Salem would be winning at any point in the ball game.
Yeah, and granted, all these scores I'm reading off right now, they're still within the second quarter.
Right, sure.
The only one that has gone to the halftime is Heritage, and I've got two more scores I'm about to get to.
Okay.
We've also got Social Circle is trailing to Putnam County 13-3. And that's their second game in Social Circle's new stadium. They're a nice $1 million stadium down there. North Oconee is up 14-3 over West Hall. We've got Walnut Grove is leading Riverdale 14-0 right now.
All right, go Warriors.
Go Warriors. George Walton Academy is up 36-0 over Providence.
Okay.
That over in Lithonia or Lilburn. And then another one of interest is Grayson is up 10-0 over Parkview at the half.
All right, Coach Godfrey and the boys trailing Coach Kahn and the Rams in what has become a real good rivalry over the last 10 years or so since Grayson opened.
Yeah, it has, and I know both coaches from Grayson and from
right, I do too.
From Parkview, and
very well actually.
Yeah, they're great guys, and that's one of those. It's hard to pick a team to cheer
really
for
is.
in that game.
If you don't have an allegiance, it's hard to pick a guy to pull for in that one.
Can we just let that one in at a time, maybe?
Yeah, but hopefully that would be the best outcome for us neutral parties. But those teams over there really want that one really bad.
Of course.
Here, our score is 25-7 Winder Barrow, in a first half that was largely dominated by the Double G Dogs. Needless to say, this is probably those scores we just heard. This is probably the shock of the state for me tonight. Not that we overlook Winder Barrow by any means, but I don't think anybody, even the most staunchest of Winder Barrow fans, could have expected them to come out and play the way they did, Brett.
Well, what they've really done in the first half is they have taken advantage of some Loganville miscues, some fumbles.
Right. Bad snap.
That we had over in the second quarter, almost right at our end zone.
Sure.
And so they're just capitalizing on the Loganville miscues is really all they're doing, which that's how you win a football game.
That's what you got to do.
You got to win the turnover battles.
That's what you got to do.
And
on the other side of that, on defense, we've also given up some pretty big plays. CC Green's had a couple of nice runs. Little kind of diminutive, smaller back, but he's still he's one of those that can create his own hole.
Yeah,
even if nothing's there.
Yeah, he really can. And I tell you what, most every time I've been looking up, I've been shooting pictures down there the entire time. But most every time I've been able to actually pay attention to the game, it's a handoff to him. Couple of short passes here and there, and that's what they're really running tonight.
What they're doing is they're setting up they're using the quick game with the screens and the slants to set up the deep ball.
Set up the deep ball, yeah.
A bunch of they've only thrown about 3 or 4 deep balls. Unfortunately, they've completed 2 of them, one for a big touchdown.
Yeah, I was about to say one for a touchdown over here.
And on that play, he actually faked a slant.
Yeah.
Faked a slant, sucked our safety up, and had a man wide open near the goal line, and he eventually sprawled in for the touchdown.
Yep.
But coming out in the second half, I expect Loganville to make some adjustments. I really, really think we got to get back to the run game. That was our success. That was where we found our success on the first drive, is running the football. And hopefully, if we can get it back to about 25-14, and get some stops coming out here in the second half, we might see a different outcome than what it looks like it's going to be right now.
Yeah, definitely. 25 points is what Winder threw up in the first half.
Right.
It's very manageable to get 21 points and come back and win this ball game.
I don't expect another 25. I don't expect them to hang 50.
No.
So.
No. But our offense, especially if we just hand the ball off to Darryl and let him run, he can carry a good load on there.
He really can.
Because what I've seen a lot the first half is that Loganville's offense, they've been trying to rely more out in the spread.
Right.
Instead of keeping with that tight end set, and running out of an eye or something like that.
And, you hate to disagree with coaches because it's what they do.
And we're sitting here talking about it on the radio, So.
But I feel like we're moving away from who we are a little bit.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
If who you are is running the football, then run the doggone football.
Yeah, and I tell you the other thing that, and I don't want to say it's hurt them, but switching quarterbacks back and forth.
Right. That disrupts the flow of a game when you really don't have to.
It really does, and if it's me, this is just my personal opinion, I'm sticking with the quarterback.
Right.
I'm going to pick the one that I feel has a better upside to it, and I'm going to go with him.
Right, absolutely. And it's hard to say which one you'd stick with because both of them bring unique skill sets to the table.
Yeah, Cody's got a lot of intangibles. He's got some great leadership, and he really commands that huddle really well.
Sure.
But Jaden's Cody's small. Jaden's got a better size.
Right.
Jaden's got a better arm on him,
right.
and I think Jaden is an all-around better quarterback.